the ISB International School Bangkok, which is, we're going to learn more about them. Again, I'm going to be introducing them formally and showing their video presentation in just a second here. But before then, I need to add him to the stage here. Mr. Rob Tyler, how are you, sir?
Very good. How are you doing this morning?
I'm well, thank you very much. I know that we had Mr. David Greppel scheduled as well, but I assume that he will not be able to make it today.
Well, we're quite busy over here, and David's just finishing up the tour. So if he can make it, he'll be dropping in.
Fantastic. I just wanted to make sure that people his name's on the stage here, so I just wanted to make sure. So anyway, as I have done for others, Rob, I wanted to offer you the opportunity to just sort of introduce ISB. Take us through what it means, through your eyes, and kind of what brings you to campus every day. What do you get most excited about?
Well, interestingly, I don't go to campus every day because my role at the school is really outward facing, and I spend a lot of my time down in Bangkok Metro and working with companies, embassies, parents, directly with them there. And the reason for that is because ISB really is a school in which students and families are in transition. Unlike a lot of schools in Bangkok, ISB, we have managed numbers on our number of Thai students. So, around 25 to 30% of our students will be Thai national here living in Thailand, and really the rest will all be from all over the world. So I think we have over 60 nationalities, and the majority of these families are really in transition. David's going to be joining me now, so
fantastic.
I'll slide in. But so really that's who we are, and really in our DNA is being in transition and trying to work with families to make sure that zero learning time is lost as families hit the ground here in Bangkok, and that's so important. We really don't want kids to fall behind in their learning. It's a continuum. The stop clock is on. You can't, redoing a year is can be really disruptive for your learning journey. So really, for us, we're all about those families that are in transition, that really need to get up to speed quickly and hit the ground running. And as a not-for-profit school, we really put most of our investment back into our teachers. Our staff here are 80% of our cost. So, one way in which we help families hit the ground running is just by making sure that we are very well resourced. And I think I just saw the numbers. I think we're hiring another additional 20 staff next year, which will bring our total teaching staff numbers up to somewhere in the mid 400s maybe. So it's kind of an exciting time, and we're also seeing quite a bit of growth now.
Fantastic. David, welcome to the show. Welcome to our summit here. Wonderful to have you. I'm glad you're able to finish your tour and join us. Thank you so much. The question for you is, I think, something that's really intriguing or interesting for people to learn about is the location of ISB in terms of its location to Bangkok and whatnot. So talk to us about what that environment's like, what the relationship is to Bangkok, and sort of paint that picture for us.
Yeah, so I often talk to families about this. So we're about 25 kilometers from the city center, north, sort of near the old international airport. And so here, I always talk to families from the perspective of what kind of lifestyle would you like to have, for your family? Are you looking for, that busy, I'll use the word hectic kind of downtown life that you've got, where Bangkok, it's kind of like the New York of Southeast Asia. There's always something happening. You have to get everywhere, but here, kids can ride a bike to school. I saw today when I was going to school, I saw a 4-year-old riding a bicycle on their own to school. So I see kids skateboard to school here as well. So that's the difference. That's a big difference there. Just that kind of independence for the students. Let's say the comfort for the parents to trust their kids. Your third grader will come home, say, "Hey, Mom, I'm going to Jimmy's house," and Jimmy lives 6 turns away, and you as a parent will know that it's perfectly safe for my son or daughter to take that journey. But within Nichita, so where the school is located, which is a housing community, we've got all kinds of services here already. A lot of the businesses that are around us cater to the families who live here. So a lot of people here drive golf carts. There's golf cart mechanics just outside the gate. So lots of people have pets here because it's a perfect spot to, if you've got dogs or something, downtown isn't really the spot to have a dog. If you have a bigger dog, be here. We have dog parks here, and there's a vet almost at every gate. We've got malls nearby. One is about 5 minutes away. So like a lot of the things that you kind of would look for families, I would say the younger the kids, the more families would choose to live up here. But even for your middle and high schoolers, like most kids these days, they want to be active. They want to have places to go and hang out. Our campus is open until 8 p.m. every day and even on weekends. So if kids want to come and play basketball, baseball, play soccer on the field, even our library is open every now and then. Even our cafe is open on the weekend, and we have interviews here throughout the weekend. So it's kind of like the school kind of becomes a community center in that sense for the community that we have here. And if you want to go downtown, so we have shuttle buses that bring parents downtown in the mornings and afternoons. And even on a weekend, I think we go to the shopping district. That's what I'm going to call it, at least shopping district. So downtown is 35, 40 minutes away. Cool. Most times it's like you can kind of get the best of both worlds, I think, being here. And like I said, it's really a question of lifestyle, right? So are you the city people, or are you, do you want something a bit more calmer, all around you and have kind of access to everything you might need as a family?
Thanks. We have a question that came in from Dahl Nugent Ashton, and she's asking, can you tell me what learning support options you can offer for her daughter as she's currently doing the American curriculum?
Okay, yeah. So for learning support, so we have essentially, let's call it 3 tiers of learning support. And then we have, in addition to it, we have what we call life-centered education. So that's for students with intensive learning differences. So that's kids who, unfortunately aren't able to access the curriculum either due to psychological differences or physical differences. So we have a specific program for those kids that's designed and tailored to those students. Now, the other 3 tiers, so every student is tier 1. That's your teacher. That's the support you get in class. Tier 2 is for students who usually need just some accommodation for their learning. So it might be that you get more time on a test. It might be that you sit closer to the teacher. It might be that you get an extra day or evening to complete homework. Might be that, there's a teacher that comes into the room to support you. So we usually don't do pull out support, which means that kids are taken out of a classroom and taken to a different space to learn. We push teachers in, so teachers go into the classrooms for the kids. And this is the case for elementary, middle, and high school. And then there's tier 3 learning support, which is still push-in support in the class. This is usually for students who have some kind of learning difference, whether it's could be ADHD, it could be dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia. And so those kids need a bit more hands-on support in class. And then if we have students who might need some help with staying organized or stay on top of their work, so we have something called intensive studies class that's in middle and high school. And this is it's part of their schedule. It's every other day. And it's a chance for students who need it to either do a recap of what they did in class, because that teacher they would have that intensive study class with was in that class with them, supporting them and maybe other kids who were there. It's a time to finish, to get that extra 30 minutes on your test if you need it, to go over your homework before you go and do it, or to check it before you hand it in. So that's kind of the learning support piece. And then there's, of course, the English language support piece as well. So kids entering elementary school, we have no requirement of level for English language. Kids who are total beginners can come enter elementary school at that level. And for middle and high school, there is a threshold that we sort of need for kids to be able to access the curriculum and learn English at the same time.
Maybe I'll just add to that as well, because the way I kind of see this is that this learning support platform is like the school within the school. So we have this wider school ISB, and within that there is a a platform that can support kids who have these requirements. However, there's a limited number of seats for that school within the school. So many times you might hear people say, "Oh, well, it's very difficult to get into to ISB, or there wasn't enough space." Well, that might just be because they were applying for what we did an assessment, and we have allocated them towards that learning support platform, of which there are limited seats available. So I just wanted to kind of put that in there as well for those parents that are thinking about applying to ISB and might have these kind of requirements. The earlier you get your application in, the better.
For sure.
Of course, thanks. Gentlemen, the final question for you, and I kind of want to, I think maybe this is for you, Rob, is talk to me about what 2024-2025 school year looks like. Campus modifications, new things that are happening in the school, maybe some new partnerships that you're working on right now, or things that are continue to evolve, and how the school continues to grow.
Yeah, I'll say a few words on that, and then I will hand over to David, because I think he's got more specifics on the actual campus development plans. But certainly for us, what we have noticed is 90% of our mobile community, so international community, are living here in and around Nichida. So it's becoming quite full up here, even in terms of finding an apartment or a house. We have over 1,200 houses up here around the school, and a lot of them are full. So what we're really looking at is more of establishing more of a presence for families downtown, especially high schoolers who are fine, jumping on the bus. So we've cut down our bus times to campus to around 25 to 30 minutes for those students coming from Sukhumvit Soy 24. Which we've used as a kind of trial there. And we've also arranged, part of the reason we've managed to bring down these busing times is because we've arranged for a rapid express route access into the campus from the expressway. So these are a couple of modifications that we've made really in the past year, just to ease that pressure on families being able to find a place in Nichida. And also, really to sort of get into the heart of kind of those high schoolers living downtown who tend to be in that sort of Prompong area. So that's really, I think, where we're going, and that dovetails nicely in with our AP announcement, which will drop on this particular platform. So maybe I'll pass over to David. You can talk maybe a bit about the AP, and then maybe the new theatre as well.
Those are the two things I was going to say. So we have two theaters on campus, and one of them has been under renovation this whole year. We started it, I think the first move started, I think an hour after the last school year ended. I think that's when the work started on that already. So it's been almost a year now, but it's supposed to be ready for August. So it's going to increase capacity by, I think, by 150 seats or something. There'll be a pit for musicians to play in. There'll be a balcony, and we're going to, on the other end of it, there's going to be more spaces for high school students, because it's facing up against the high school, to have like more places to hang out, to have some study spaces as well. So that's the big, I think, change for the campus. And Rob said the AP. So we are introducing about, I think, 12 more AP classes or something. So we're at 5 now, and I think we're going up to 18 AP classes. So what this is really going to do obviously this is more for our high school, or families interested in high school, but so it's going to offer a whole new pathway to graduation and to universities in North America, specifically United States. So by offering AP now, if your child is aiming for that, to be a doctor or a nuclear scientist or anything like that, and needs certain credits in sciences, for example, with the introduction of these AP classes, they can get those credits to apply for those kinds of programs. Because if you're doing just the IB, it's really difficult to actually get enough science credits, for example, for things like medicine and things like that, and like these like really high-end kind of science degrees. You need all of the sciences. You need lots of them. So that's going to be a change, but it's really going to be more for us to offer that's sort of like, I think, the practical piece of it. But I think what I think is the best about it is that it offers more opportunities to more students at the school. So up until, even this year, the IB was about 70% of our kids were taking the IB diploma. I think with the introduction of these AP courses, I think it's going to even out much more over the next few years. And like I said, it's going to offer more opportunities to kids. Like AP is definitely a bit more accessible to students who are still learning English, maybe as well. It's not as it's a different demands. Let's put it that way. And so not everyone needs to take the IB to be able to get into university. And we're trying to kind of make that happen for the students that come here. And obviously it's nice for parents if kids have AP classes under their belt, saves a little bit of money in college because you get college credits for those classes too. So you get college level experience as a student. You can go further in your studies already from the first year, and it opens more doors for you at the end of the day. That's really what it does. It opens more doors for more students.
Awesome. Mr. Rob Tyler, Mr. David Gripple, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy mornings to speak with us. Really, really appreciate it. But we need to move on to your video presentation now. So have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thanks, Stephen.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Friends, International School Bangkok, ISB, is one of the top international schools in Thailand and Asia. They run an accredited and challenging international curriculum guided by leading educational research and global best practice incorporated into North American and International Baccalaureate diploma frameworks. They prepare students to become leaders in meeting the ever-changing needs of the world and equip them with the knowledge and skills to become caring global citizens. Their vision is to enrich communities through the intellectual, humanitarian, and creative thoughts and actions of learners. They are driven by their core values, their mission, and their definition of learning. So without further ado, I